Welcome to the Toy Rewind Podcast with your hosts, the Brothers Newland. Now, let's talk toys.
Hello, everybody. I'm Michael.
I'm John.
And I'm Andrew, and you're listening to the Toy Rewind Podcast. Just a little place for the three of us get together and talk about toys from our childhood. This week, to be honest, I don't know how far we're rewinding. I forgot to confirm that with Michael. So give me a year, Michael.
1996.
We're rewinding back to 1996, so not too terribly far, but still almost 30 years ago, which really hurts.
We've been kind of stuck in the 90s here lately.
Well, I mean, when you look at it and you realize the 90s were 30 years ago, it's something you don't want to think about. So we're rewinding back to 1996, and we're going to talk about a toy line released by Mattel called Mutts. And I believe
it's not Mattel.
Oh, it's not Mattel. Well, I have Mattel on my notes.
Come on, dude. You're way off. You're not even prepared this week.
Is it Hasbro?
No, it's not Hasbro. This is the one that we haven't talked about yet.
Oh, this is a whole line that we haven't talked about, or a whole toy company.
It is.
Streetwise Designs.
There you go. Streetwise Designs. That's the designers. Because they designed a little bit of info right now. They designed the Street Sharks, and where Mattel produced the Street Sharks, they also designed these Muscle Mutts, which are similar to Street Sharks but dog form, and they were produced by Street Players, is the name of the company there. So I'll get a little more info here in a bit on that.
All right. I probably, when I was originally writing all this down, was thinking Mattel with the Street Sharks, because I was going to say, I think this one ties in with the toy line that we've talked about.
It does.
But, sorry, everybody. Caught me on an off week this week. We'll make sure we have the right thing in there. All right. So Muscle Mutts, Streetwise Design, Street Players. But before we can talk about that, John, you want to do your thing?
I can. That's what you want me to do. So
yes.
All right. So check us out over on our websites over at toyrewindpodcast.com. You can also look us up on crossthestreamsmedia.com. If you're on Cross the Streams Media, you can leave us a voicemail. You can email us at toyrewindpodcast@gmail.com. Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch is all Toy Rewind Pod. Facebook and YouTube is Toy Rewind Podcast. And then if you'd like to play a little bingo game that we always talk about, go to podcastbingo.com/Toy Rewind and play along. Let us know what you get. Send us is it a tweet still? I mean, I said Twitter. I should say it's X now, I guess.
XU. X is on X. Yeah.
Okay.
Whatever.
Okay. So I just Googled it. Are tweets still called tweets? And tweets are now posts.
Post. Oh, so now you're Facebooking it too with posts.
Right. Okay, come on. Yeah, so they replaced the tweet button with posts, but good thing we're not a tech company or a tech podcast talking about tech things.
Right. But I guess I should take Twitter out and put X.
I guess so. I mean, people
formerly known as Twitter. Sounds like Prince, or whatever that symbol is, formerly known as Prince. Yeah,
there you go. Be sure you follow those socials, because that's how you're going to know if we do anything special, or when we drop episodes. They've been kind of sporadic with summers and all kinds of stuff going on. So that's how you're going to know it. I mean, unless you subscribe, because then you're going to know when it pops into your feed. So and that's really how I suggest you do it. But do what you do. Anything new with you guys this week?
No, I've been on vacation this week.
So how many new toys did you pick up?
I actually picked up a couple cars this morning, And then I got home and I realized I had about 4 out of the 5 that I bought. So
Nice.
That's what happens to me with Batmobiles.
I'm just behind on updating all my stuff. I've been working on updating my lists, and thanks to Andrew, he's got a website for me that I try to keep up, but I'm so far behind.
I mean,
I'm trying to catch up right now. So that's what
you
I've
were
been doing.
10,000. You were about 10,000 cars behind when we built the website. So, trying to keep up with your new purchases plus get your old stuff in there. I assume at this point you're probably 52,000 behind, right? 52,000 behind. Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you want to know how many Hot Wheels I have listed on my website right now? 14,551 Hot Wheels.
And you have another 14,000 to put in?
Nah.
Yeah.
He's like,
There's probably about another 200-300 sitting there I got to do. So, but yeah, I got that. I got 1,258 Auto World diecast in there and 611 NASCAR diecast, and that doesn't include my Green Light or Johnny Lightning or M2s or what else am I missing?
All right.
Yeah,
it's like 5 more lines there.
Matchbox. Yeah, I got a little bit of Matchbox too, not many. Yeah, so there's a whole bunch that aren't even listed on this website yet. But I don't collect much of those, so they're easy to keep track.
How many new toys are you going to pick up while you're on vacation, John? Since you started today.
I started vacation today, but I'm going to say probably 0 because I'm not really looking. So I've got stuff. Looking. As you can see, my whole background has changed, and we rearranged in here and working on shelves and stuff. But that's kind of where I'm focused on right now, is to get this reorganized and set back up. So
I'm never looking. I just always seem to find things.
Yeah.
So I don't understand what you mean by that. Not looking.
Well, usually when I go look, like if I go into a store, it's looking for y'all. For more of my stuff, I have to go to different places because it's harder to find them.
I have people that are looking for me. Like my boss told me today that the Batman Technic Legos are on sale at Walmart right now, which I was like, thank you. That's exactly what I need to know. Please don't tell me those things.
Thanks, boss.
So yeah, I'm like, come on. All right. Well,
at least you know they're on sale.
I mean, that's part of it. He was like, hey, just make sure you knew, So, all right. Well, you guys ready to talk about some mutts?
Yeah, let's go ahead. Let's get rolling on this one.
All right. Let's rewind and get into it.
All right, so we're talking about muscle mutts this week. This ties right in with Street Sharks and Extreme Dinosaurs. It's that same design, same look, where they're muscly humanoid animals with a huge head and a big jaw mouth thing. That's what this
thing.
Yeah, it's a big mouth. So it just ties in with those two. In fact, it's the same designers that came up with all these. Like I talked about earlier, they brought us Street Sharks. Let's see where I'm at I'm kind of jumping in my notes here. So unlike Street Sharks that were produced by Mattel, Muscle Mutts was actually produced by Street Players. That is the name of the company, the toy company. They actually produced action figures and other toys in the 90s based on popular movies and TV shows, such as, I completely forgot about this movie, but The Phantom. I know the comic book character, The Phantom, they made the movie back in the 90s, and I completely forgot about it. They made action figures for that. I also did come across a key ring of the little dancing baby from the 90s. If y'all remember the little computer animated dancing baby? Ooga Chaka dancing baby.
Ooga Chaka. That was like
Ooga Chaka. Yeah. So that's so they had a little key ring with that little dancing baby.
Not stuck in my head. Thank you.
They made sock monkeys, and then they had plush gummy bears. Not the Disney gummy bears, but they look like real, little bit taller plush stuffed animal gummy bears.
So not the.
So they're plush bears, not bears.
They're about the size of that 5-pound gummy bear that I sold when I was here working in Tyler. Yeah. Big old
you keep getting songs stuck in my head. Can you name something that doesn't get a song stuck in my head, please?
No. They also made, and this is kind of cool. They also made the Roswell Aliens action figures. So
okay,
which were kind of interesting. So that's a few of the lines that they had. I think this one was probably one of the better lines out of everything that I found that they made. There was 4 different muscle mutts in the line. They all came with a battling bone weapon. And there was one of them. Who was it? Bronzer, I think. One of the dogs actually had when you press the button on his head, he would bark. He's the only one I found that had that option. And then they had, Street Sharks had the little hand puppets. Well, they had one. I think it was Sugar Tooth is the name of the other dog. He had a hand puppet for him. This line didn't really go very far. They were almost impossible to find, and pretty much all the pictures on the internet that we find is almost the same 3 or 4 over and over and over. These things, like I said, these are almost impossible to find. If you look on like eBay and stuff, they're wanting several $1,000s for these things carded. If you can find a loose one that's been played with for about $250, $300. So I think that's the driving force of it. As popular as Street Sharks were, they kind of fit right in with the Street Sharks, and they're the hardest ones to find of that kind of style figure between the Street Sharks and Extreme Dinosaurs and Muscle Mutts. So the four dogs, we'll talk about those real quick. You had Gutter. He was a Doberman, and all these had a little kind of super power type thing. So he had super speed and steel sharp claws. He's kind of the suspicious, nervous, edgy dog. And then, like I said before, they all come with a battling bone weapon. Well, this one, he had nunchucks that were made out of bones. Both ends of the nunchucks were like femur bones or something, like you see a dog bone type thing. So that's what his was. The next one, his name is Red Knuckle. He's a bulldog. He's got great strength and crushing weight. So I guess he sat on things since he was a bulldog. A bit chunky at times. He's stubborn, and he has some kind of like somebody called it on one of the videos I watched, a bone sickle, which is an axe. It looks like an axe made out of bone, is what it is. So the third guy, his name is Bronzer. He's a pit bull. He's got powerful jaws that break anything. He loves food and chews on tires for relaxation. And he's got a boomerang made out of bones. So
I like his pants.
Yeah, I chew on tires for relaxation too. So
Yeah, and
Dennis doesn't like it. It hurts my TMJ, but it's relaxing.
The clothes that they're wearing, you can tell they're 90s styles clothes.
Oh yeah.
So okay, so the fourth,
definitely with these acid wash jeans.
Yeah, the fourth one is Sugar Tooth. He's a German Shepherd. He's got super keen sight and intelligence. He's the natural leader of the group, so he's the leader. And he's got a shield that looks like a top trash can lid, and it's got little bone spikes off to the side of it. So but yeah, that's what his weapon is. There's not anything. That's the only accessories they came with that. It's just the 4 of them. And like I said, the one had came with a sound where you press the button on his head and he would bark. The other 3, I didn't see anything on those 3 for that feature. And then the hand puppet of Sugartooth also. If you look on the back of the cards, there's actually 8 figures. There's the 4 dogs, the 4 mutts, and then there's 3 cats and a human, a guy. So the cats and the guy, excuse me, was actually supposed to be the bad guys of this line, and they were called the Stray Cats. They're evil cats. Their name was Claw, Scratch, and Copycat. And then the human, they came along with their human guardian named Sam. Is what so he kind of looks like a dog. He's dressed in like dog catcher garb. Is what he looks like. He's kind of dressed as. The only figures I actually seen of these was a Claw and Copycat figure in package. I didn't see anything that's loose. These things, I don't know if these 2 were just kind of prototypes that got out. But as far as Scratch and Sam, I couldn't find any kind of figure at all on those. So I don't think they were even made. So like I said, this line was so short and gone before it even got out. It just didn't happen. So I'm still kind of leaning towards, since these are the only 2 I could find any information on or any pictures of them in package, or even produced. So I'm thinking they may be a couple of the prototypes that got out, but there's nothing on Sam or Scratch at all. So it was supposed to be 8 characters. The only thing that got out was the 4 dogs, and that was short lived. Like I said, if you're looking at trying to find one, hold on, I've got a. Where's it at? I was looking. So some of these on eBay right now, you have like Gutter, the one that barks. He's $3,400. You got a loose one. You got a loose one that just a normal one that doesn't bark. He's $1,400 loose. You have Red Knuckle in package that's $3,500. You have this other Red Knuckle. I don't think there's anything different between that other one and this one. Is 50. So a guy wants $1,500. I didn't see any sold to give you actual pricing. This is just what people are asking for. The hand puppet for Sweet Tooth is somebody's asking $4,750 for it. $4,750 for it. There's a bronzer in package for $3,000, and then they come with like a little card inside of it, a little trading card, and then also that comes in the packaging, and then also on the back of the card you can cut out. It has like a little ID card that you cut out, kind of like G.I. Joe and all them kind of everybody else had. So there's a bronzer and a Red Knuckles and a Gutter. Each of them are, whoever has them, it's the same seller. He has them each set up for $150 a piece, just for the cardboard piece that's cut off the card.
The cutout.
Yeah, it's cut out.
Yeah.
So that's how rare this stuff is. It's just almost impossible to find. So, but yeah, that's if you do know of any around or have seen any, just give us a
let us know.
message us and let us know. I'd like to know if anybody else has ever seen these other than the pictures I'm seeing on the internet. So these things are rare. Probably the rarest line that we've talked about so far on here. So, but yeah, so it's pretty short and sweet on there. It's just the history is it's the same designers as the Street Sharks, but Mattel didn't pick them up to sell. It was Street Players that sold them. So, but yeah,
Mattel was like, yeah,
and this was
We-
2
we-
years
we've
after
done
Street
this.
Sharks came out. So yeah, and they were already into Extreme Dinosaurs going that route. So, but yeah, there was no cartoon or anything with these guys at all. So, I think
that's
the coolest
part of it for them. They just were like, hey, we're done with Street Sharks. We got this extreme. We got too much. We don't want to like branch out too much, so they just let somebody else do this, and
yeah,
it failed.
So I think the challenging part is just trying to find the information on this and then digging into, and I come across Street Players as a company I've never even heard of. So yeah, it was kind of interesting, kind of dig into some of this and learning something off of this as well. So
it's these guys are. I mean, they're interesting looking. They look cool. I did see somebody was asking 15,000 for a sealed Streetwise Designs Muscle Mutts red knuckle figure.
Yeah,
and apparently it's rare. 15,000. There's no bids.
I don't think they'll get those. I think it'll still be high dollar, but I don't think it'll be what they're asking for if they do sell it.
Yeah, I mean, and this card is not in great condition.
No,
it's not bad condition, but it's not great condition either. But so it's like, sorry, I feel like they're just trying to pay their mortgage for the year.
You gotta be a major toy collector player, business player, whatever, to really get into this to buy these. So
if I won that $1 billion lotto, I still don't think I'd pay $15,000 for one of these.
I don't know. I might.
No, if you had the money somewhere.
This is up there with some of those. There's some, in the diecast Hot Wheel business. There's some high dollar Redline, Hot Wheels Redline cars from the first 2 years that are up there about that price or even more. So. Yeah, it's some.
Yeah, but see, there's a difference on that because that's exactly what your collection is. You would just be adding one of these to your toys and collecting it, but not adding something that your whole collection's already,
for $15,000, I better get the whole collection. I mean, there's only 4 of them, so I mean,
right?
It shouldn't be too hard.
I would be asking for the 2 cats that. It's out there, but not out there. You know what I mean?
Yeah, something like that. But like, this one's rare. I just don't think I'd pay 15,000 for one. Couple thousand, whatever. You
got to be the right person with the right income to be able to do it. Yeah.
Oh yeah. If Jeff Bezos, one of our listeners, would like to send us one, that's fine. It's all good. So they're interesting. And there's probably a designer sitting over at Streetwise after he did the sharks and stuff, and was like, "Hey, I could do this with turtles, or not turtles. I could do this with dogs, and like continue to do things." But when Mattel didn't pick up on this, they probably stopped. They probably maybe had all kinds of designs for stuff, but nothing else got made.
Yeah. And
Roswell aliens.
Yeah, if you're watching the YouTube version of this. I just brought up a picture of that Roswell aliens. It just looks like the aliens with. I mean, his one's kind of blue skin, but you see the green skin with the big eyes. That's what kind of alien. But yeah, it's. I never even seen these before, so this is pretty cool.
It's interesting to find a new toy line or a toy company.
Yeah.
I do like to see that. Like, I know there's a lot more out there than just Mattel and Hasbro, even though Mattel and Hasbro have bought out most of them.
Right.
But it's nice to see there are some out there that made some stuff. They may not still be around or whatever, but at least somebody was trying something. What do you think about this, John?
I like them. I think they're cool. I'm not going to pay for them.
I was about to say you got to buy that $15,000 one.
Nope. I would
Can you
probably get kicked out of the house.
Are there any of them that are cheaper? Like out
But
of
I
the
would
box.
definitely keep my eye looking. Like if we go to,
Yeah, you can get
150. That's just the card. 350.
What was that? Hold on a second. I've lost my mark. You can get a loose one. It's not on here, but I saw some loose ones. They were right around $300 to $500 for a loose one.
Okay.
Not in package. Yeah.
So yeah, here's the thing. So I'm looking at this one that's 15,000, and there's one here for 3,500 that looks like it has a better looking card.
Yeah. And whoever's got it,
yeah, it is red knuckle
or best. That's for or best offer too. So
yeah, best offers $5. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, I don't think they're going to get what they're asking for there, but
it'd be a couple thousand, I think, for that.
Yeah, maybe look at that.
Some of these
especially
others are 3,500 and 3,000, and yeah, they're just sitting there.
3,500 with free shipping or 15,000 with $50 shipping.
I always laugh at these guys who have these big dollar items that they sell on eBay or whatever, and they're charging that much, $150 to $100 on shipping, and you're already getting all this money. Why are you even charging shipping?
If I'm paying 15,000, you better cover the shipping, buddy. Like that's part of it. You know what I would do? I would offer him, if I had it and wanted this, $14,950. And then
there you go. And then I'll pay.
Then there's this $50
shipping.
Yeah, I'll be like. So, all right, let's do this. I know people are like, are they already wrapping up? There's not a lot to talk about here, guys.
This one, this one's just short and sweet.
I
wish there was more info that I could find. I've been sitting here all day just making notes, trying to make notes. I got a page, a little over a page on this, not quite a page and a half of just notes, and most of that is just the little description of all four of them that I just read. So I mean, it's nothing to it. That's how rare these are. It's just almost impossible to find any kind of information on them.
Yeah. So. If you're still trying to figure out what they look like, just picture dogs wearing clothes that look like the street sharks, like that kind of body with the large head, teeth, wearing clothes.
Mm-hmm.
It's exactly what they look like. I am wondering, why didn't they make a pit bull?
They did have a pit bull.
Which one was the pit?
Bronzer's pit bull. You had Doberman, Bulldog, Pit Bull, and German Shepherd.
Oh, okay. Maybe I just missed you actually saying Pit Bull.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, let's rank these. Let's get these on our list and rank these. So, where do you drop this, Michael?
I'm just gonna put it right there at number 12.
Right there at number 12.
Right there with Street Sharks and Extreme Dinosaurs. And the reason why they're that high because there's not anything to them. So I'll just stick it with those guys. But the rarity of it kind of brought it up a little bit higher. So I'm putting it right with those two. It just makes them all the same. Okay. All three of them. And they kind of all belong together anyway. So in my
opinion. Your Street Sharks and Extreme Dinosaurs are broken apart.
So where's my Extreme Dinosaurs?
8. Your Extreme Dinosaurs are 8.
I didn't see it there. I can't read today, apparently. Yeah, these are cool, but I'm going to have to put them down there. So I think they're going to go 9.
You're going to go number 9? I'm kind of doing the same thing, but I'm not going to kind of keep mine together. Mine are going at number 9 underneath Food Fighters and stuff, but not as high as what I have Street Sharks and Extreme Dinosaurs on, but they're interesting. I like these. I think they would benefit if Mattel would have actually picked it up. They might have actually done a little better.
They probably had more. If Mattel had them, they would have more distribution. I think that's what kind of hurt this as well. Being a unknown toy company, or really a I mean, it's one of those toy companies that you just kind of find things out in some little bin and on the Walmart aisle that you don't really go down. You know, it's not with the big action figures. It's not with the car, the diecast. It's not with the Lego section, stuff like that. It's just you go. There's one aisle that you always pass by to get to all these others, and there's so many oddball stuff down that aisle. That's kind of where this kind of fits in, because it's not a big name manufacturer to get the distribution that you need to make it really work. So I think that's what really hurt this line. I think it would have been right there with Street Sharks and Extreme Dinosaurs if Mattel picked it up and did it as well.
Yeah, and you look at Street Sharks and Extreme Dinosaurs, both of them had a TV show.
Mm-hmm.
Extreme Dinosaurs coming right off the Street Sharks, obviously. Had Mattel picked it up, they would have probably been written right in with those and would have been another, extension on that, which also would have probably helped their sales. Because if Mattel would have picked up, there would have been a lot more for them to run off of with marketing, like you're talking about. They're not sitting there with the oddball toys. They're actually with the other ones. They're getting out there. Yeah, that would have been better.
Yeah.
But hey, if you're a small toy company and you're listening to this, we're not trying to discourage you. Go out, do it. Maybe you get something great. And then maybe Mattel and Hasbro, snatch you up and buy you out. And then you're all, you're even better.
Then you're in the money. Then you can afford a $15,000 plate.
Yeah, there you
toy.
Go. Isn't that the goal of all companies at some point, to be bought out by a competitor, or at least be looked at? So I mean, why not? So
not really.
I don't know,
but somebody that's bigger than you to pay you the big bucks, and then you just
or something like. I mean, if it's a competitor, maybe they're paying big bucks to shut you down and take your stuff because you're doing really good. Doesn't mean you have to do it, but hey. Something like that. Yeah, no, I really like these. Maybe not as much as some of the other stuff, but I do like them. Like they're still out there. They're kind of cool.
I said, the only reason they're higher on my list because the rarity of them.
Yeah. I wish that we could find, and there's no way we're going to find that on this, like production run numbers.
Oh no, you're not going to. Yeah, there's no production runs on these.
Yeah, there's no way we'd find it on these or whatever. But interesting stuff like that. All right, well, be sure you go follow our social medias where we post the short 30-minute. This could have been a TikTok. I mean, sorry, it's a whole short episode for you. We should have done this as our first TikTok. Let's talk about a whole toy line in the 10 minutes we get there. Go check out those social medias so that when we drop new episodes or anything new is happening that we want to do. John listed them all of 5.5 minutes ago, so you should be able to find that pretty easily in this episode. But basically, look for Toy Rewind Pod. If it looks like it's three idiots running the social media, that's probably us. If it looks like it's some professional company, it's probably not us.
It's not us. It's professionally done. Yeah.
Right. Let's try to be honest about things. But yeah, thanks for listening. This is episode 127. No, 128.
That's 127.
127.
You're right first time.
Oh, okay. Yeah, sorry. I wrote down 127. Think of that. I wrote 128. Episode 127. We're actually doing a really good job here, trying to get to 200. So
we're getting into like this here. We're getting into some obscure lines. So we may have a few more short ones in between now and 200, but it's but these are kind of interesting. There's a lot of, we're getting into some of the strange stuff.
We're getting those details out there, things that people are hard to find. We're trying to get that content out there for you.
Yeah.
So if you have if we have some short ones, cool. We'll still enjoy chatting with you.
This is probably,
you can listen.
when we post this YouTube video, we probably have more information here than all the other videos that I've trying to find on YouTube. So yeah,
there you go.
So we just doubled the info out there on YouTube. That's what we did.
There you go. Well, thank you for listening. Check out those social medias, and hold on, I got to get there. On behalf of the Brothers Newland of the Toy Rewind podcast, play on.
You've been listening to the Toy Rewind podcast. follow, and join in the conversations at toyrewindpodcast.com.